Just while you were talking, as mentioned, they were waiting on Truth Social, and here it is. President Donald Trump. I am very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed-upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, and all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And we thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. Again, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, out on Truth Social as we were talking there. Ari, put this in historical perspective, knowing all we know about the years and years, decades of turmoil in the Middle East.
Well, what's truly remarkable about this is previous breakthroughs existed between Israel and unique nations, Israel and Egypt, Israel and Jordan. Then you had the Abraham Accords expanding it to a wider group of nations, Bahrain, the UAE. But never before have you had an agreement with Hamas, eight Muslim nations, 7 Arab, 1 nation, Turkey, Muslim nation, Israel, and the United States. That is the breakthrough here. From a humane point of view, it is wonderful and joyous that the hostages will come home. Families can finally, at long last, be reunited. But there are 2 big steps that remain, and those steps are the disarmament of Hamas and Hamas relinquishing control and power. Those 2 are going to be the trickiest ones yet.
Yeah, but see, obviously the Biden administration was working towards this. They didn't have success. This looks like a major breakthrough. We have, Steve Witkoff, the Middle East envoy, and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, who obviously was crucial in the last administration for the Abraham Accords, the Gulf states basically establishing relations with Israel. They were crucial to all of this for weeks and weeks. Your thoughts on this big picture and how Democrats maybe will react to it?
Well, I think some Democrats might say that real diplomacy happens in quiet and not necessarily on Truth Social, and that this administration has oftentimes celebrated before things are inked. However, I do think there will be great bipartisan consensus on this. This is a win for both sides here. I mean, I got the opportunity when I worked for President Biden to get to meet some of those hostages, some of the young children that were released, and I know the impact and the pain that this has had for a lot of those people. And so I think that this will be a great way for Democrats and Republicans at a time that they're so fraught on the Hill, given the shutdown, to find a common ground.
Yeah, Britt, in the wake of October 7th, and obviously we're one day from that anniversary, to look back and all that has transpired, Israel was reluctant at first to get to this point. And it really was President Trump pushing, arguably behind the scenes, Bibi Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, to get to this ceasefire. And the key part, as you mentioned, is the hostages, both dead and alive, coming out.
Well, I have to say that there's been an awful lot, as Ari suggested, the ingredients of this are numerous, and they have to do with the Abraham Accords, as was mentioned. They have to do with the attack on Iran, which weakened Iran and made it much less important a player. They have to do with the way Israel determinedly fought this war and defeated Hamas militarily. That doesn't mean they're gone as a terrorist force. But all those things are part of it. And I think the back and forth between the president and the prime minister may have been overblown to some extent. But here we are, and let us just pray that the hostages are released and that the further steps that are contemplated in this deal can go forward. What a new world we'd have.
Yeah, and just moments ago, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu putting out this: with God's help, we will bring them all home. Ari, it's... you think about, and I've had these hostage families on the show many times, and they kept on saying, don't forget about us after all this time. Half of them are likely dead, but there are some that are still alive of the, we think, 49. And this will be a major visual if and when this all comes to pass as expected tomorrow.
It'll be a remarkable moment from both international diplomacy point of view, but also just that personal, humane point of view. A family to be reunited when they may have given up hope, when they may have wondered if we will ever see our child again. Just imagine you're one of those parents. It's a beautiful moment. You know, when Marco Rubio interrupted that meeting to walk in and hand the president a note, you had to know something was up and it was big. Nobody does that. You don't interrupt a president at an event unless it's extraordinary.
Well, Andy Card.
And that is what led to President Trump then quickly leaving that room and wrapping this up and bringing us to this moment where the hostages may be on the verge of being released.
Yeah, it's truly an amazing sight. Thank you all for rolling with the punches here on the breaking news. Big news out of the Middle East. A deal has been done according to President Trump, and Israel and Hamas will sign this